Yeah, I think we're live, but I
We
gotta go
live.
turn. What do you mean I'm
this on.
signed out? Go away. Yeah, this is behind the scenes. I'm trying to.
I don't know if we're live because I'm in the lobby and I'm still looking at pictures of our faces.
Oh, maybe I missed. Maybe I missed a setting. Save.
Waiting for it still says waiting for Dark Horse.
No, we're
Studios.
live, man. We're live. There's 9 people in.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I'm not
Photo
getting
Elite.
it.
Photo Elite says here semi listening while editing. We will semi be putting a show on then. Well, we usually do. Don't worry.
Yeah. That's the norm. That's the norm here.
Yeah. Little bit of half-assedness in this. So, Rick on Mike, happy Friday. Cheers, buddy.
G'day.
King Paco, Nintendo lover. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Actually, it's not bad. It's been
It's been a day.
it's been a long day. We did bagels, and whenever you do bagels, it's a good day. Oh,
yes,
you know
it is.
what? I don't have my Elgato plugged in, so I'm looking down.
Shameful.
Man,
Shameful.
rookie move.
How dare you? Blasphemy.
Just received my new interface. What'd you get there, bud?
What's
That was
the
a very
toy?
Canadian thing to say. What'd you get there, bud?
Oh yeah, there, bud. No, that's very Thunder Bay of you.
Thunder Bay. I like you, UK. Greetings from the UK. Cheers. Don Bullock. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Don Bullock.
Action Podcast. Sup. More audio talk and beers. Winner. Congrats on 40K. Thanks. 40K.
Yeah, what a big, eh? Gee, I feel like we just celebrated 10K.
We did.
Like,
Like, if I'm being honest, we literally just celebrated 10K. It's been one of those rides for the past. Oh man, how long has it been? Year and a half of just like, next one, and it's humbling, but at the same time, you see the number doesn't go up as much as you want it to. I'm looking forward to like 50K because that's like half of 100,000. That's halfway. And it's probably not going to take all that long to get there. There's some big stuff happening around here, so I think that's going to propel it as well. By the way, talking about big things, I'm holding up the shotgun mic that makes all your other shotgun mics blush.
it is no joke. It is
This
no
is the
joke.
shotgun mic your girlfriend told you not to worry about.
Nice. Well done. Well done.
So it's so long that this thing doesn't come off easily. I know. I'm going to stop with the actual sexual innuendo. Don't worry.
It's going to happen no matter what you say, honestly, at this point. Like,
The foam just doesn't come off. Like it can. Like I could pull it off. This is Dylan's, by the way, not mine. Like I could yank on it, but I'm worried I'm going to hurt the foam.
the baton that it comes in is literally a weapon.
Yeah.
It is literally a weapon.
Yeah, I think you're right. Taking this on a flight would be hilarious.
I just want to find an excuse to travel with it so I can be like, yeah, it's a microphone. They'll be like, no, it's not. I'll be like, it totally is. Let me plug it in. No, it'll blow up.
Aiden for reference.
Yeah.
It's got that. I need one of these shock mounts.
That shock mount is cool as shit. I
Yeah.
love that shock mount, especially the little adjustable clip on it.
Yeah, well, so that is the winner.
Totally.
Like that is the, oh my God. Put it on another axis too.
And I definitely think it was inspired by a fleshlight. Not to go back to the sexual innuendo, but I definitely feel like, I don't know, maybe my brain's the only brain that went there, but
It's a grippy fleshlight.
it's a grippy, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's grippy. Like gorilla grip on that. I would not be using this for that.
Don't put Gorilla
That's
Glue
going to
or
cause
then-
some scars, guys. Let's see what people have been saying while we've been off on this little tangent.
Yeah.
Half-assedness is where I live. I just covered up by super effective productiveness for very short periods of time.
Yeah,
you
man,
just
the
described
sprint.
my life.
The sprint. That's all about the sprint. 100%. That is my life as well.
Why have I played video games for 6 hours? I have a video to do. Yeah. My hangover was so bad after the Whiskey Dylan swearing show.
See, I'm stuck with orange brandy today, so it should be a little lighter.
Oh, dude. That's like get sicko, like instant stuff.
There's not a lot left in there, so I'm just trying to polish her off, you know?
Elgato Stream Deck Plus with the XLR adapter. Nice. I like UK overcompensating much. Yeah, just a little bit. I actually went to use this on the live stream, and I hooked it up, and it was sitting up here, and it was going to be sitting like that. So it would have looked like a normal shotgun from this position. The problem with this is when I hooked it up, I could hear an ant in the corner farting. It was insane.
It is. So I know for those that don't, like, quick crash course on shotgun mic. So a shotgun mic is a in a lot of similarities to an SDC. Like the Rode shotgun is similar to the MKH in that they're RF biased. We're not getting into what that is, but it is distinctly different than DC biased condenser mics. A lot of other condenser mics other than the Sennheiser and the Rode are DC biased. Long story short, RF biased mics use a high frequency bias current to power the capsule instead. That has its advantages, that circuit, because it's a lot more temperature and humidity, moisture resistant.
Yes.
So you can use these things out, and that's
Here,
kind of
keep talking.
that's one thing that the MKH was kind of known for. But aside from that, a shotgun mic is basically a small diaphragm condenser mic with an interference tube. And I found the best, I've heard this described a number of ways over the years, but I guess the best way to think about it is take a toilet paper roll, like an empty one, hopefully, and put it over your eye and look through the end. You won't be able to see much around you, obviously, but you'll be able to see, like, if you zoomed in on that hole at the end, you would see that end bit in a lot more detail. Now take a paper towel roll and do the same thing, and you're going to see even less of your surroundings, but you'll be able to see even more of what's at the very end in extreme detail. And that's kind of the gist behind, like, long shotguns like the NTG8, is they have a really long interference tube, as it's called, which is what gives shotgun mics their characteristic polar pattern. The issue with that is you get a lot of really crazy rejection on the sides, but you get hypersensitivity in that center node. And so you got to be really cognizant of, like, draw a line. Like in my case, I've got the MKH over my camera here. Is it in the frame, by the way?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
Of course it is. I guess for the sake of illustration. But so you almost have to draw a line, like from the end of that capsule to the nearest boundary or surface in the room. And, you know, if anything is bouncing off of that boundary, especially in the case of the NTG8, you're probably going to hear it. So what I found experimenting with it is being very cognizant of your mic placement and again, kind of thinking of your shotgun mic like a lightsaber, right? Where just extend it out from the tip and try to be cognizant of what is at the other end of that, because a normal shotgun will also be this way, but the NTG, because of that stupidly long, super long interference tube, I shouldn't say stupidly, but the super long interference
You work
tube,
for them, dude.
you should be very cognizant of what is at the end of that node of sensitivity at the tip.
Yeah, Action Podcast says, I kind of want you and Bart to do a dual review on that beast.
I've been selling it as like the social interview or the social distance interview mic, the COVID interview mic.
I don't know how I want to feature this, but I do want to do some, like, get the bowl on the end so we can kind of, like, you need a big ass bowl because the bowl has to be at the end of this, right? Like, this can't be sticking.
And usually, like, I've never done it. Full disclosure, I've always wanted to do it, and this will be a great excuse to do it. But to my understanding, and just in my head, not having had anyone explain it to me, the bowl needs to be proportional in size to the length of the interference tube. And so if you have a stupidly long, super long interference tube, you need a very big bowl in order to accommodate that. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we know some people with some 3D printers. Maybe we can make one.
We're going to need a bigger bowl. Elite, the Photo Elite says, what do you use that for, listening to the aliens on Uranus? This is very much for
you
film.
said it that way on purpose, didn't you?
It's for film and TV. This will give you longer shots.
Broadcast,
So this is, this is going to give you better pickup from a little further away.
Like, for example,
very directional.
If I were putting a microphone in a baseball stadium for the bat crack, which is arguably the most important source in baseball broadcast, is the bat crack. And those are usually placed, like, down in the field. And you want something that, again, you don't want to put it next to the pitcher because that's just asking for problems in so many ways. But, you know, you still want something that you can get a distance away from there. So intuitively, my first, you know, this might not work. I'd probably have to experiment because I've never done it. But I would be inclined to go for, like, a long broadcast mic like that. because it does have like the most sensitivity in that one node.
It's you see these mounted by the dugouts.
Yep.
Pointed. Yeah.
Yep, usually
and-
in a cage for
Yeah,
obvious reasons.
So yeah, they're really cool. If you guys have any ideas of how you want to see it reviewed, because we are going to play with it, among a few other things too that we have. What else
Yeah.
did you give me?
Well, I didn't give you this yet because I'm having too much fun with it. This is the Rode NT4. Let's give
Yes,
a nice
yes.
little shot of
You
that.
gave me another piece of gear, didn't you? Not just
the M2.
M2. Yeah, where'd
Yeah,
I put that?
the
Oh, that's
condenser.
behind me. Yeah,
so
the
this
M2
is-
live condenser.
This fella, this NT4, for those that maybe haven't heard of the NT4, it's basically, well, it's a little bit different than this, but essentially take two NT5s and fix them in like an XY formation. And so one idea that I had, and Aiden's keen on it too, that we're going to kind of do, is you know what else has some fixed XY mics is Zoom products. And so let's plug this into this and let's do an A/B comparison. Let's kind of mount them near each other and
Ooh.
see what
So-
kind of noise response differences, and you know, I'm excited for that. That's gonna be fun.
I'm showing everybody. Dylan can't see because his screen's behind him, but I'm
Yeah.
showing everybody the new H6 Studio that I just got in. The irony in this is Zoom's trust in me.
Oh, nice.
They also sent me the return slip. So
Didn't I ask you about this like 3 minutes ago?
something about H6 Studio and something about the H6E or something. I don't know. But yeah, I've got the return slip, so I just have to put it on a box and send it back, which I don't care, by the way. Anyone that's interested, I own my own H5 Studio. I don't care whether I have to send stuff back. That's fine with me. But yeah, that's going to be coming, so maybe we can do that with the H6. That'll be fun.
I mean, really though, really? Like, I mean, it's fine, but really?
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. It's I don't know. Maybe it's their way of saying be nice to us or else, but I don't
Yeah.
care.
I don't think some other companies do that.
Keep that mic away from the apple pie. Yeah, I can imagine. Sorry, Dylan.
That's what that taste was. I was wondering.
But Broke Down got the DJI Mic 2 when it was on sale a few weeks ago, thinking it's worth $200. Yeah, I just saw those. I was just at Vistech here in Canada, and I saw them. They're actually pretty expensive little pieces of gear. I've never used the DJI Mic 2 though, so I can't really speak on it. I've heard most people I've heard from. Rode has the best sound quality, then DJI, and then Hollyland, and then Ceramonic. That's what I've heard from, with the exception of a few content creators that have done some weird videos about rating and all that. But I would like to get the DJI. I would like to actually do like a full setup of it. The problem I have buying that is I have so many of these bloody kits that it's not worth to spend. I think it's 300 Canadian for me. It's not worth it.
No.
I do have a $30 kit I got from Amazon. I am going to be doing a video on that, however. So that is on the way. Spy Gadget, shotgun mic with actual shotgun function. The only problem is walking around. I guess this could be like an umbrella, and you just like, I don't know. I'm gonna get demonetized showing this thing off so much.
With the exception of dynamic mics, shotgun mics are really good at taking stuff in. Putting stuff out, not so much. Actually, did I tell you I fried a pencil mic once by trying to do... So for those that have never tried this, a dynamic mic is basically a speaker in reverse.
Yes.
And so if you have a dynamic mic that you don't really care about, like an old handheld or something that you're okay screwing around with, get an XLR to 1/4-inch cable and plug it into the headphone output of something and bring the volume up a little bit. And you can
We should
literally
do that.
listen. I've done it. It's and the funny thing is, like, if you do it with like a 58, I did it once with a 58, very low volume, so you don't bust the. That's the other thing. Doing this, be careful. Don't crank it. But like, it's super directional. Like, you can literally point the sound at stuff. It's kind of wild.
I'm going to try that for a video, actually.
Do it, and it's cool because if you put it, like, if you have it at a low volume, put it right up to your ear, it sounds perfectly like high fidelity. Which you got to imagine, whatever sound quality the mic takes in, that's gonna be similar to the sound quality it puts out, in theory, if as a speaker. And in fact, old radios, in fact, even some newer walkie-talkies actually use this. The speaker and the microphone in the walkie-talkie are the same thing. The push-to-talk button switches the circuit so that the speaker gets used kind of. This also works, I should say, backwards. You can take headphones, plug them into a preamp, and talk into them, and you'll get a microphone. It's interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to try that, actually. With Photo Elite, if I had a lightsaber, I would not be cognizant of what's at the end. LOL. Everything else can just move. This is the one I wanted to get to. This is Joey G. Wood. Joey, cheers. This is something that I've been thinking of would be a good product from Rode or from any company. But whoever wants to take this on, there's really cheap, crappy versions of this. I would like to see it done well. This is Joey's comment. I've been working with the RCP2 a lot recently, and I'm really missing the aux input on the RCP1. Trying to route game console audio through the mixer is a pain. Agreed. What I would love to see that a lot of people would be able to use, but I don't see a lot of, is a breakout box for HDMI audio. So an HDMI throughput, but that is wired up so you can basically route the audio off of the HDMI to like a Rodecaster Pro or any interface you want. Because that's one of the few things that, like, when you look at like Rodecaster or the Rode Streamer X, or something else, and you're bringing audio through, not Streamer X is a bad example, but when you want to, a good example, I have my PlayStation 4. Is it PlayStation 4? No, 5.
PS4, PS5.
PS5 hooked up on the desk, but I want to put the audio through my speakers, my monitors. They're at my desk. I can't do that. But if I could get the audio from the HDMI, that would be great. That would also solve this problem.
Joey, suggestion. So on the RCP2, you have 4 onboard pre's, which take line level signals. 2 1/4-inch to RCA adapters. Like
yeah,
the
that works.
The little bullet that are like the 3.5, but instead of 3.5, they have the RCA at the end. I got a bunch of those, and they come in pretty handy for that. And you should be able to gain up on those preamps enough. It's annoying because you got to control 2 levels for your left and right. But I see what you're saying. But that is kind of a bit of a fringe use case to actually bake that in. I think they got rid of it for a reason. I don't know the reason. I'll be honest with you. But you know, again, I would maybe look at your nearest audio gear store and look for those little. You can usually get them in packs of 2, the little RCA to 1/4-inch, and that should work.
The Photo Elite, 90% of those sport references are lost on my European ass. Yeah, we're very Canadian here.
Yeah.
Soccer is soccer and football is football.
Oh, play some soccer. Soccer, bud.
My internet randomly dropped and the screen froze on Aiden handling the mic. That was thumbnail material. Can you send me? Do you have a screenshot of it?
Yeah, did you print screen that shit? Yeah,
please, please. Did you know one of your sponsors here is Minoxidil? Seriously. Well, so
we have no control over that, by the way.
Dick, I have no idea, Dick, what gets slotted into these live streams for any of the. Let's see if.
Well, honestly, it's usually more dependent on, and I'm not accusing you of anything, Rick, but it's usually more, or Dick, I should say. It's usually more dependent on you than the channel. Like, they're serving you things that they think that you want to see, or that whoever's logged in at the time that you, yeah. Like, I found I get served a lot of, like, Native Instruments stuff on cooking channels. Yeah. Like, obviously, they're not. That's nothing to do with cooking, but they know that I'm watching, and so they're going to try to pitch me the latest, $150 library.
What is Minoxidil?
It's a drug.
Hypertension is also used for lotions to promote hair growth. Oh, well,
yeah.
I wonder why.
Hair growth. Oh, God. Yeah.
I can grow my own hair, just so you know.
I'm having a hard time doing that myself.
I've got the high forehead. But I've always had that.
Dude, you've got unlimited forehead. You fucking ball. What are you talking about?
I know, but I've always had that. Like, there's pictures of me when I was 17 and the hair starts up here. It's always been like that.
Yeah. Some people are just. I've had a few friends over the years that are just cursed with a prematurely pattern baldness hairline.
Yeah, and it's what somebody said. It was a $6 cab ride from my hairline to my nose.
That's not, that sounds like a Thunder Bayism. Is that a Thunder Bayism?
No, that came off Reddit.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
If I get another audio upgrade, it's a Triton audio compressor or the $200 Roland
Nice.
mixer.
Nice.
The Roland mixer, if you're talking about the Bridgecast X or the Bridgecast, that Bridgecast is awesome. That is a very, very good interface. Do not get the Bridgecast X, but the Roland Bridgecast is fantastic. Decent amount of gain. I don't remember the Triton audio compressor. It's been a couple shows since we looked at that. I would have to re-engage, but I can definitely say the Roland Bridgecast is fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's the inline compressor, the XLR little nub that you put inline, and it's basically a little kind of mini compressor.
Not gonna lie, you should set up an eBay if you can and let us buy it off your hands. I would sell some of this stuff on eBay like that. The problem I have is the amount of shipping you guys are going to be paying for it. I'm not going to be able to sell it at enough of a deal to make it worthwhile unless you guys just want something from Dark Corner Studios. I've thought about it. I've given some gear away on the Discord, but what are you laughing at?
Oh, just Adam's exploits. And again, hey, gray hair only grows where you don't want it. So true.
That looks like an elephant penis.
Demonetized.
I've never been underneath to actually inspect it, but does the elephant penis also have the road on it?
They have the
No?
girth though. I would assume. I mean, the proportions are wrong. I don't know.
I'm not assuming anything when it comes to an elephant penis. I'm going to do that with my XM8500. Nice. Sounding like Hunting Outdoors channel. Yeah. As a kid, I once used a pair of cheap headphones on a karaoke machine as a mic. Nice.
Yeah, totally.
That'd
I
work.
love that shit, man. Well, because you can actually get kind of cool, creative sounds. Because again, these things aren't optimized to be used as microphones, and so you get this interesting frequency response that's often terrible, but it's creative. You know, do stuff with it.
Adam's exploits. Amazon must be spying on me. Just got a pop up to buy a camera, dude. It's not just they're all spying on you.
Oh yeah, everything is interconnected, man. Facebook, Amazon, like if you have, so this is a good little bit of advice. So if anybody that hasn't heard of a Facebook Pixel, so when you're doing advertising on Facebook, you can actually put a bit of code on a web page. Like on my website, I can put it, I haven't done this, full disclosure, but you can put a pixel on your, so if somebody's visiting your website and they visit that page, if they're also logged into Facebook on another tab, it makes a connection there, and then you can target those people with that. So if somebody has visited the cart page on my website, for example, I can serve them ads to say, hey, you had stuff in your cart, and I can read through Facebook, redirect them back to their cart page. It's a little shady, if you ask me, but yeah, all this to say, it's all connected.
Yeah. I will have to say, my audio's a little bit behind. Your audio's like about 200th of a second behind, maybe about 100th of a second behind. If you want to use that on your Rodecaster video, you can change that. You don't have to. I was just giving you a heads up.
I'm not on the road. I'm on the Streamer X.
Oh yeah, you can't do it on the Streamer X.
You know what? I bet if I ran the mic into the preamp into the camera and then pulled HDMI audio, I'd be perfectly safe. Because I
but then you got
guarantee the delay is being caused by the camera, not the microphone.
Oh, 100%.
So the video is ahead or behind?
The video is behind.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's the camera.
My dogs,
It's
can
a
hear them
Nikon.
getting yelled at.
It's not meant for video stuff, or at least not
Yeah.
live streaming stuff.
Richard Mitchell, 1829. Mics are so hard to review. Most of the time, my answer to it is it worth it? It depends. For example, y'all panned the Sennheiser Professional Profile USB mic. It's great for my application. I didn't pan it. I think it was. It had a little bit more noise than everything else, and I think that was the only real thing that I kind of quote unquote panned it for. It was decent. It was unique. Yeah.
Why do I feel like that's more of a pejorative these days than a euphemism?
No. Well, no. I mean the profile. Oh no, we're talking about the profile USB mic. No, actually, I didn't pan that. It sounded fantastic. The only thing I said was it was just a bland USB mic, and you got to remember. That was also around the same time that USB mics were.
Hang on. It sounded fantastic. Bland USB mic.
Well, when I say bland USB mic, it was just a USB mic that you plugged in and used, and that was fine.
Oh, you mean
But
like
this-
no frills, basically.
No frills.
Yeah.
It just sounded fantastic, and that was good. Like, it did sound fantastic. But at the time, everybody had a bloody USB mic. AKG had the Lyra, and the other one, I can't even remember the name of it. Everybody had a USB mic, and there was nothing separating them. And the Sennheiser sounded great, but so did the Lyra. So did the other one, and this one, and that one. The Bumblebee from Neat Mic sounded good, but it was all just another USB microphone. And I think the timing of doing that review had more of an impact on the product than the product itself. And that's actually an important distinction. Like, when the timing of something being released, like if somebody right now released a competitor to the original Rodecaster Pro 1, I would have to pan it, even though it would be a great device. Like the Tascam Mixcast 4, if it was released today, it's still a great device, still something people can use, but I would have to base my opinions on it based on what's out right now. I have to close this door because I can hear people upstairs.
Yeah, no, you have to
One second.
evaluate. Yeah. Okay, I'll carry it. You've got to measure stuff against what the current technological standard is, right? You got to measure stuff against stuff now, right? If I look at digital mixer effects from the mid 2000s, there is stuff back then that was cool that now is dull, right? And so like the bar moves as it should, right? If the technology is getting better, the standards we have today should be better than the standards we had yesterday. And so for that reason, yeah, if a product comes out that's like a product that's from 2020, I would pan it too. Even though in 2020 it would be a buy, right?
And on top of that, the profile microphone was extremely expensive when you compared it to other USB mics. I don't know how it's costing today, but I think at the time it was $250. And that's very expensive for a USB mic. And while it sounded great, if they had created that microphone with an XLR, which everything was going that direction, like the MV7 was already out, the Pod Mic I think was on the way, the Pod Mic USB. People were moving towards the not just USB microphone anymore. And like if a company released a USB mic now, it would get panned just because it's kind of useless. HDMI audio extractor, take a look at EasyCo. I've ordered a couple off of Amazon and none of them have worked very well.
There's a lot of crappy designs out there that are coming out of, again, like an ODM product built in China somewhere. Like it's usually they're not very good, and if you want a good one, you're gonna have to go to like an audiophile company. If anybody does know of a really like a good spec high end, because essentially what you're asking for, the bulk of the cost in there that matters is the DAC. Because in order to convert from HDMI to RCA, at least RCA analog, right? Assuming we're not talking about SPDIF or anything.
No, I'd want quarter inch or eighth inch.
Well, just some kind of analog output, right? It could be RCA, it could be quarter inch, could be XLR even. You want a good quality DAC in line there that's gonna have low aliasing, low like intermodulation crap. Just good quality stuff. And also, steady powering. Ideally, if I could get something that was just powered off HDMI, which some of them do now, which is cool. So I don't have to plug the stupid thing in. That's what I hate about all those things. Like, I had to get an audio extractor because, of course, I have a modern TV that has the only output is an optical Toslink connection. So, which is annoying the hell out of me. But I got a really cheap little Toslink to it was USB powered, and it was Toslink to RCA. Great little device, super cheap. Does what I needed to do. I got it feeding into a Pro Effects in our living room into speakers.
Nice.
And it sounds fine. But I notice it picks up remote commands, which I don't know if that's the TV. I doubt it's the TV. I think what's happening is the TV is probably sending some control data down the line as well, and the dumb extractor is interpreting that as audio.
More than likely.
That's the weird shit that you get with some of these like kind of low market designs that are making these products. Is there's none of those like catches and quality testing of the design to make sure that it's actually just getting the audio.
Sorry, I'm just looking at apparently show order summary. Oh, okay. All right. Something's on the way. I keep getting these notifications. When it comes to my PS5, I got the Maono mixer for that reason because it's plug and play, and I gave up on USB a while ago. See, that's what I love to see people using stuff like those Maono mixers for, is kind of like a stopgap with certain things. Because, well, I see them when you review them and they're just so like, they're put together so cheaply. And it's not knocking, well, yeah, it is kind of knocking them. But it's also like they can still have a use, even though they get a bad review, right? So it is kind of cool to see stuff like that, like just using that for a PS5. That's kind of cool. If you do a thorough review of the Zoom P4 Next, I will be. Can you take a better look at the 48-volt phantom power? On my present P4, it can be turned on or off on each channel. Not sure that's the the P4 Next. Yes, I will be. That's interesting. If they turn to like phantom power, just like a single switch, that would be weird.
Oh, you mean like a global phantom power?
Yeah,
thing?
global, that would be a weird thing. But I mean, that is usually when they're looking at paring down to pricing on these things and trying to make it cheaper. Usually buttons, one of the easiest ways to do that.
Buttons are expensive. Buttons are
Yeah.
expensive because it's not just the button, right? It's the tracing going to the button. Does it have a light? If it has a light, we have to have a triple throw kind of switch so we could actually feed voltage to the lamp. I've been actually reviewing a bunch of block diagrams for a product, for a Mackie product, and I'm looking at stuff on there, and I'm like, there's weird notations in the block diagram of stuff, and I'm like, why is that such a massive switch? And then I'll have this weird like diode symbol with like a VDC, and then I'm like, oh, that's for the light on the switch. And like, I don't know, stuff you don't think of, like, oh yeah, you have to plan for that because they're not inherently connected. I don't know. It's yeah, definitely, especially phantom power. Managing that power supply and having individual leads is more expensive than just having one global switch that supplies. And honestly, in most cases, unless you're rocking ribbon mics or for some reason really poorly wired dynamic mics, it shouldn't really matter. Like dynamic mics can take phantom power because they're transformer isolated on the inside, and so, or well, I shouldn't say isolated. That's wrong terminology, but they're impervious to phantom power destruction unless you're using cables that are wired incorrectly.
Yeah.
That's one caveat. If you have a cable where you got, I don't know, pins 1 and pins 2 flipped, yeah, you might blow that. You might blow that capsule in your face. But outside of that, if everything's wired correctly, you can power, like, those mics will pass phantom power. It's ribbon mics that you got to watch out for.
Yeah. Richard Mitchell, 1829, says, prove it in all capitals. I have no idea. Are you referring to the profile USB microphone? I don't know what you'd like me to prove.
We're happy to try to prove or bullshit our way through proving.
I'm going to try to get through more of these because we're way behind. Unlimited forehead is a new way of saying it. Yes, that's actually... When you get to my age, hair only grows where you don't want it to. Yeah, I know that feeling. The Bridgecast 1 is actually a very good interface. I really like how it works.
It's a good effort.
As an American, I have a constitutional right to dislike soccer and the metric system. Oh, you have to do the metric system that dirty. As an American, I love calling
it. Your constitution's undergoing lots of changes, so I keep an eye on that.
Jess says, as an American, I love calling it soccer and hate American football. Ooh, spicy. I was at a zoo and the elephant did hit the road. Oh, God. Okay, we're moving on from that one quick.
Just skip right over that one.
I never figured out how to use a headphone as a mic. Again, I'm going to be doing a video on that, Jess. Everyone wants you data. Amen.
Yeah, you really just need some kind of XLR to quarter inch. For the microphone side, the headphone side, you'll need headphone to quarter inch. Plug it into a microphone in. Or no, XLR.
Yeah, Photo Elite. I don't know if you saw in the Discord, but I got that neat King Bee mic. Oh, nice. The King Bee 2. I'm really digging it. It's a fun mic.
Those are so gaudy looking. I can't get behind those. If you want a statement piece, I guess.
My friends are calling it a dropship pod. If it's the first one, that is a very cool looking and sounding microphone. The second one is good sounding. It's a very warm mic. I don't like the looks of the second one as much, but yeah, it's still a great mic.
Yeah, I like the sounds of them. I just I've never had yellow themed things in my studio, so it just sticks out too much for me.
Yeah. For some reason, every time I go to Temu, it keeps suggesting sex toys and penis sleeves. No idea why. Action Popcast, your history's coming into... I don't know. If shady is what gets you the sale and puts food on your table, then shady is what we're doing. Yeah, you know what? I mean, shady is relative to some people and others. Yeah. Anyways,
Oh yeah,
if you had
it's
Elgato,
very
you never.
subjective.
If you had Elgato, you would never have this problem having people listening to your dog getting yelled at. LOL. I actually have. I've got the Roadcaster video. Turn the. I can do this and turn
Aiden's
on.
problem is he just doesn't
There.
know how to properly configure a gate. That's Aiden's problem.
I don't use them, but also I tend to have a pretty quiet environment 90% of the time when
I was
I'm
gonna say
shooting.
I can hear back, like when you stop talking, I can hear your computer in the background.
Yeah, because I haven't turned it off.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know-
you know what that sound is?
What?
That's this bloody light.
Oh, that light! That light is your favorite. You and that light get this back and forth trolling. I
I'm
love it.
giving this to Tyler. This is Tyler's light.
Wait, hang on. You're giving it to the guy that runs the multi-million-dollar podcast. Okay.
Well,
yeah,
not
that's a great
multi-million-dollar podcast, but it's a big podcast. No, he needs a light, and I have a light, and I'm gonna go buy another light.
A noisy light.
Well, it's not. I mean, for most people, it doesn't matter. Like most people aren't going to hear that because you can use that. You can use any kind of noise denoiser in post and get rid of that.
In
the problem
post,
is
yeah.
with
real
with
time.
mic reviews, you can't just denoise shit.
No.
So yeah.
Well, no, I'm purely in the context of the live stream was kind of what I was.
Yeah.
Getting
Well,
at.
I could just use the gate on here. I got the gate on there. The gate's on with the Roadcaster video.
That's really funny. There was a bunch of background noise that I was attributing to you. That was actually my humidifier out in the other room.
How dare you?
I just noticed, like, I heard some of it go away when you turned the gate on, but I'm like, I'm still hearing this low rumble. What the hell is that? Oh yeah, it's the jet engine taking off in my living room.
USB XLR the waves now. Yeah, I like USB XLR mics. A fallen kid. You think USB mics are useless? Question mark. Not at all.
No.
I think my complaint about them back in the day was that they were becoming ubiquitous. Every company was releasing one because they were a money grab.
Yeah.
They were an easy way for companies to try to get your money.
Well, it became a very Me Too product because it was trendy. It was easy, quick to get off the ground with the USB mic, and so a lot of companies saw it as easy revenue.
Yep.
Just take a mic that we already make and put a DAC in it.
a lot of them actually weren't even doing that. They
Or
were
an attic.
actually like grabbing just a capsule. And I mean, this was getting to the point where it was pretty easy to create a decent sounding USB mic as well. And the problem I had with it is nobody was really doing anything with USB mics to create something that was good, something that was groundbreaking. And I stopped reviewing them for that reason. It's just another USB mic. Comparing two USB mics that sound relatively okay, why? Just go buy a $49 USB mic. I didn't have many USB mics that I didn't like the sound of. I mean, give her. But for companies to just keep like piling them out, and you notice right after I said I wasn't going to be reviewing them anymore, they stopped. And that's not on me. That's not on me. But I noticed that in the market, and that was, I think everybody else was noticing it at the same time, including the companies. And I talked to one guy with one company, I won't bring up who, and he was talking about how like they had released one right when the market started to crash on USB mics. And he was like, yeah, there's nothing separating anything. It was just, here, take my branded version of the microphone. So no, I don't think they're useless. I just think at the time they were a little too ubiquitous to be worthwhile, and especially like the expensive ones.
I think now the big differentiator for USB mics and stuff that are still trickling out these days has become who has the best AI. Which one of these microphones has the best built-in AI noise reduction or AI of automatic filtration or like whatever. Which that stuff is cool, but that's become a real like. I feel like I foresee this becoming a big kind of who's going to get further faster little battle between the companies.
Yeah. Richard says, I feel some devices suffer from feature fatigue. I just wanted a simple and clean USB mic. I have my audio file set up, but sometimes I just want a basic, good sounding thing that does the thing. And you're right. Like, I felt like from that description, I found like the profile USB was overpriced. It sounded good, but so did other microphones. I didn't mind, like it sounded fantastic, but also so did the other mic. So it was kind of one of these, like when you're doing reviews, you're right in your original comment. Reviewing microphones is really hard.
Yeah.
You grab a microphone and you're like, is this better than X? No. It's all like the source you're miking, it's what you're trying to get out of the audio. There's so many different factors on what's better of a mic. Is an NT5 going to be better than an NT1? Depends on what you're miking. So it's so difficult to review this stuff, which is why I've taken comparisons out of a lot of my videos, or like just long reaching comparisons where I just put it up against all the mics, because it's just filler. If from what I see on my videos is it doesn't actually prove anything. I'll do a couple comparatives so people can hear it. So yeah, like you're right also with feature fatigue as well.
What, Richard, you mean you don't want an adjustable wrench that also doubles as a hammer, that also doubles as a measuring tape, that also doubles as a fridge, that also
So prove it with the hair, he says. Okay.
He wants
so,
you to, I think he wants a picture that you said from when you were 17 and you were balding.
Oh crap.
I think that's what he meant. Correct me if I'm wrong,
I'll
Richard.
source that. Here, let me see. It's pretty easy to find.
Oh, really? Okay, nice.
Yeah. I just got to go onto my Facebook.
You've digitized pictures of you when you were 17?
I just posted it on Facebook.
They had cameras back then?
I also got a headshot video, headshot photo too. Where's okay? I got to look at my photos. I haven't been on Facebook in so long, dude.
Yeah, I get
like
that.
so long. Photos. I'll download this one too. This is my headshot photo. So save image as.
Enjoy my Adobe backdrop.
And I'll save this on. And yeah.
No,
okay.
I agree with that. I think sometimes when companies get a little too crazy with features in a product, you lose the plot a little bit of like what is the purpose of this tool, right? One product that I've always kind of admired for that is actually a Mackie product, and this was long before I did any work with Mackie, but the VLZ line of mixers. These mixers, like I've got the VLZ Pro behind me. It's the original kind of 2000 and whatever, or like 1990 whatever version. The names of the buttons and like I know the faders, like it's had a facelift since, because now we're at the VLZ 4. It's like the fifth iteration since that, and it's pretty much all the same stuff. They haven't added a ton of frills. They haven't fucked with it too much, and I really appreciate that because again, these are purpose-built tools that there's a thing that they're good at. There's a reason that they sell. And, sometimes you try to branch away from that and, you end up sacrificing the original use case for it, right?
Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. Okay, so we'll start with this one.
Now, that's not to say that you can't add stuff and augment the product for other use cases and also preserve that original use case. But there's some stuff, like, again, one example, I don't have any relationship with Zoom, so I'm just going to say this. I feel like this H8 kind of lost the plot a little bit, in my opinion. Still a great product, but again, this is like it's got a guitar processor in it. What the fuck, Zoom? Like nobody asked for that in a handy. Well, I don't know. I'd like to see the customer research that you guys have that says that it actually was asked for. But again, does it still work for its original use case as a handy recorder? Yeah, you're gonna have to dig your fingers into some XLR connectors if you want to hold it. But there's a fine tightrope to walk there, I think, when you're adding features to and trying to expand a product into something better.
Okay, Dylan, I'm sharing photos here. So
yeah, nice.
Everybody can see. This is a photo of me that I just had done. This is my headshot that I just had done with a photographer here in Ottawa, one of the top photographers, I would say in Canada, Sean Sisk. If you ever want to try, check out Sean Sisk Photography. Phenomenal photographer. This is, and now the photo of me from when I was 16, 17. Let's just chew that up. Okay, there we go. And I'll go back here. Sharing stuff is difficult.
As I'm taking a drink from a bottle. That was awesome.
Share screen window. There it is. Okay. You guys ready for this? This is 17-year-old me.
Yo, let's see this.
Dylan, feel free.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm
If whether or not
behind.
whether or not I can
Oh.
grow hair.
Oh yeah, I see the mouth. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And the hair you can actually see.
It's higher. Yeah,
Yep.
mine was the same. Mine kind of started even a little bit like around that same spot, and then yeah, it just goes backwards from there. Some people are lucky. Some people just have insta bangs from birth.
Yep.
You know, like it's.
I was so at this time I was almost junior goaltender. Bon Jovi tribute for sure. This was, I think I was 15 or 16. Also, just gonna point out the neck and the traps I had back then. I was also into weightlifting, and so like I was like built. Yeah, this was like peak me. This was peak high school for me.
That's nice.
But you can see even the hooded eyes. I even had the hooded eyes back then.
Here's
So-
a good question, Aiden. So if if your fairy godmother came to you when you were 6 and said to you, "Hey, so you're gonna have to lose your hair, but
Yeah.
I'll give you a choice. You either lose it from the front or you lose it from the middle. Which would you choose?"
Middle probably. I would have just
Really?
shaved my head, man.
I
Like I did.
still, even though I hate the losing the hair from the front thing, I really don't like the idea of just a big bald bulb in the middle of my head either. That's a weird thought. So I'd probably stick with front for myself.
Yeah. So let's go through some of these people that have seen my image here. The I Like UK image looked like a title from the Guess Who board game. Ouch. OMG from Richard. Look at that blonde mop and mullet. This is a perm, by the way. In case anyone's wondering how old I am, this was a perm. I have poker straight blonde hair. Bon Jovi tribute, goddamn right. Background actor for Wayne's World, yes. I love this one. Richard, are you going to the Creed concert? So
Yeah.
I'm actually a Creed fan. I love Creed.
Yeah, I laughed when I saw that because I'm like, that's really funny.
The Dylan
influence is
drinking
real.
straight from the bottle, that's real. Yes, he is.
It's super real.
And I was screwed genetically, mother's side thinning and receding, father's side receding. Adam,
Oh God.
I got lucky. My mom's side, there was no, because it comes from the mother's side, the receding hairline, and I didn't have any. I didn't have any of that. My father and my mother's side have both had full heads of hair. The constant need to fight weight is the stuff that I got from my side of the family. So that's the one thing. You look at cake and you gain 5 pounds.
Yeah.
AC B12. Should I buy the PSA 1 mic stand?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't say that.
I love the PSA 1 Plus. I'm using it right now. This is the white version.
There is an asterisk coming, folks.
Wait,
Here
okay.
it comes.
Okay. Here we go. So I don't care who sees this. I got a camera set up for a top down. Don't ask. It's a long story. But this
You
is
can't just leave it at that, dude. Come on.
What, the top down? No, because I can't talk about what I'm shooting top
All
down
right.
on.
Yeah.
It's a shh. But this is the Elgato Wave Boom Arm Mark II. This has and this I like showing this so you can see. I just loosen it and I position it anywhere. Anywhere. I can do anything when it's loosened. Position, tighten it. It's done.
And then when you tighten it, how tight is it?
It's not that tight.
Okay.
It's a ball
It
joint.
It's just more tight.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
ball joint.
So it's
And
not
it's-
like permanently fixed when you tighten it down, but it's
No.
like, it's not going to move accidentally.
Nope. Like this is me trying to move it. Like it's
Yeah,
not moving.
No, not easily. Not happily.
The new Mark II, the Elgato Boom Arm, is my favorite right now. Now, it's not a shot against Rode. If anyone's going, it's just I mean, this is part of the reason I like this. Is this now? It's low profile. I've got the actual riser on it, but like the ability to turn this into a low profile is amazing, and this joint on the end is the other thing that is amazing. That's what makes this such a great boom arm. So if you're moving your mic around, this is the boom arm for you. However, and I will state this, my first love, and I still use 90% of my use is still the Rode PSA 1 Plus. So, I mean, as you see fit, whatever's going to fit your setup is the best way. I have all my hair; it's just fading to gray. Damn it! I'm a blonde, so I'm technically redhead. I'm mostly blonde, but I have the redhead gene.
You're like a light redhead. Yeah.
So everything goes white on me, which is awesome. Like this still kind of looks blonde, but it's going white.
Yeah, there's a little bit. Yeah.
I have the fat gene, constant struggle. Yes, and a lot of people don't realize that it is an actual genetic thing. So today I was going out for bagels with Dylan as well as Marianne, who's a voiceover artist that I work with sometimes. Good friends, all three of us, and we go out for bagels. It's a long story. About a month ago, I tried out on a pair of jeans that I used to fit last summer, and they didn't fit. They didn't even come out.
Oh yeah, you were saying that.
And so I just like literally took a month and ate properly. And like I stopped snacking and the jeans fit now. So it's really easy to get back to where I need to be, but I just have to be regimented. If I don't eat properly for a couple days, it's like, and it's so quick, so bloody quick. Spot on over features just showed how a real tape recorder and cart machine gets audio on air faster than Audition. Radio guys will understand. It depends. Like I've seen guys run with the Vox Pro, and they could get a phone call on air faster with a Vox Pro than a reel-to-reel. That's but that's also
you're talking to two ex-radio guys here. So
yeah. But that said, I remember back in the day when I was a kid watching, because my uncle was an overnight DJ in Thunder Bay, and I remember helping him get his phone tape, and goddamn, it was fast. Like one song, and he had the phone call edited and ready to go.
Yep.
So
it's a whole skill, man. Operating Vox Pro with that little controller, that's a whole. I never took the time to learn it, but I was always, whenever I was in the studio with a jock, I was always shocked at just like, like just the speed at which they could cut up a phone call.
But the reel-to-reel was pretty quick too. So I think it would be an interesting, like, get an old radio guy. Dick, maybe I'll hire you in here to help out, and we'll do a test. We'll take the same piece of audio with very specific edits, and we'll see who can do it quicker, a radio person with a Vox Pro or a reel-to-reel tape. That would be an interesting little video. I don't know how many people would watch it, but I think it would be interesting.
See, I'm just trying to figure out the speed. Like, I've worked with tape. I've worked with tape a fair amount. That'd be interesting. I should try doing something where, like, could I edit something, like, time myself? Could I edit something faster in Pro Tools, which I have, infinitely more hours of experience in, or on a reel-to-reel?
I haven't cut tape in 20 years.
I was going to say, for me, it's been maybe 9 or 10 years since the last time.
So background radio, when we went through radio?
Just after.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So like 2016, 2017.
2016?
Yeah, I was going to say 2017, but I'm not. It's been a bit.
2016 was good too.
Steve.
My mother told me I would go bald like my grandma and uncle. Lived in fear growing up, but it never happened. I never had great hair. So like I had long hair. Like you guys saw the photo of me in high school. I grew my hair all the way down to my ass. Like it was long. I was very much the rocker style, always with the band t-shirt, tight jeans, and a leather jacket. That was basically me. But my hair was like, when I say poker straight, it was poker straight. And I never liked it. And I think I was about 21. I just shaved my head and found out, oh my God, I look good shaved with a shaved head. And I never looked back. And I've grown my hair out a couple times since then, but I've had a shaved head since I was 21. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, I had mostly long hair, like high school, after high school. Then I went into the corporate world, was rocking shorter hair. I still wouldn't say it was short hair, but shorter hair. And then now I find myself growing it back out again because why not?
Outsider Jess, I have a PSA 1 Plus. My answer is no. I have a 5/8" thread stuck in there, and I low-key want a low profile. Boom. Yeah, get a wrench.
Yeah, get a wrench.
It's happened to me too. Actually, I have one of the boom arms kicking around
In
here.
fact,
Where is it?
I
Oh,
had that happen. I had like a wrench and a pair of vice grips, and I grabbed the big ring with the vice
yep.
grips, and then wrench, and no problem.
Yeah. So the 5/8 will get stuck on here. Literally just get a wrench and I used the wrench on the 5/8 and I just held this and it was just a matter of a quick turn. But yeah, the wrench will do it.
I honestly
That will
had
happen
that,
with any boom arm.
Yeah, I
by the
had
way.
that happen on the Mika, on the Yellow Tech too.
Yeah.
Like it can happen on any arm.
Yeah,
It's
it'll
a friction
literally
problem.
Yeah. ACB 12. Wow. I can't remember what you were talking about with WoW, but yeah. Lucky Steve, like Aiden said, technically it's your mother's side. Yeah, I mean, I don't know lucky whether or not lucky. I know the gene doesn't necessarily get passed on, even if on your mother's side there's a bunch of baldness, but it's not 100%. So you can still get really lucky. Outsider Jess, I also have the fat gene. Yeah, I know. It's yeah.
I think it's that whole like endomorph, ectomorph, mesomorph
Yep.
thing. Like you're one of those three, and if you can't really change it. You can fight against it, but you can't really change it,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So bringing up that the PSA 1 can go low profile, it kind of can. Like it's relatively close. You can't get the same,
The same
angle on it.
aggressive angle, yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't quite get there, but it does go low profile ish. And it's mostly it's not the top arm the problem. It's the lower arm doesn't go parallel to the table, which is
Try
part
that,
of
though,
the
with mine. I got one right
yeah.
here.
So it's the lower arm doesn't go parallel with the table, which I mean it was never designed for that, but
No,
that's
yeah,
the
it's-
part.
Like that's about the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's blurry as hell. I know, but
And and that's the part. That's the point of low profile boom arms is the parallel with the table, so it can go underneath monitors and stuff. So, Pro Tools till it crashes. Bloody Cactus, how you doing, buddy? 617. Yeah.
I
okay.
honestly, Pro Tools in Windows can have issues if Windows isn't set up properly. But I've got a Windows rig, and Pro Tools is pretty rock solid on it.
Action podcast. I had my hair to my ass till I was 29. And one day I just got sick of it and had it all cut off. It blew people's minds. That's a lot. Like till 29, back in the day, especially like when I was 25, nobody would take you seriously if you had long hair.
No, yeah.
And this was just
hippy
before the
dippy
man bun
man.
phase.
Yeah.
Well, then the man bun phase came out, which I wouldn't have been able to do anyways because my hair was too thin.
Well, and now everybody hates man bun. Like I the one hairstyle most like I have a lot of female like women friends and I don't know a single one that's like, oh yeah, man bun, let's go, baby, let's go. No,
Yeah.
I don't know who talks like
Sofin 87. Yo, how's it going?
that. Yo.
And Joey G Wood, a late response to the game audio thing, but I have one of those cables you guys were talking about. The problem is when you're gaming with 3 or more people mic'd up.
Okay.
In the same room, yeah. Yeah. I
Well,
can
and
see
again,
that.
you're hitting them, because we were talking about the Rodecaster Pro. It's got the 4, right? 4 mic in, so you're saturated. Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Not anyone can rock a man bun. No, not anyone. Not everyone can. Like I would not have been able to. I had the jawline, and I had the nice square jaw and all that stuff, but the hair just would not have done it.
I
It just
had
wouldn't
like
have worked.
a bit of a pony nub at a point, but I never would have gone full man bun because everybody that I knew at that point that had a man bun was also a piece of shit. So
You never go full man bun. Sorry. I would just like to say before we're done here, we're almost done. Christmas season is kicked in, guys. I have gear being thrown at me left, right, and center for review. Not just from Dylan, but there's a lot of stuff kind of kicking in. So going to be a lot of fun stuff over the next little bit. I've got some really cool stuff. AIM audio condenser microphone, which I'm really curious to see. Switchable output. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out over the next little bit. A lot of stuff
Busy.
Might be unexpected. I know some stuff that potentially may have been spoiled already. I haven't seen, but yeah, we've got lots of stuff coming out. Most of the really, really good stuff I can't really talk about, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun couple weeks leading up, or a couple months leading up to Christmas. So We'll catch up with the rest of this, and then we're probably going to call it so we can go do dinner. But Safin, love joining, expecting audio tech stuff, and here we are talking about man buns, all for it. Audio tech
That's
stuff
how we
actually
do.
rarely happens on this live stream.
It's
It's
that's
weird.
the rest of the channel.
Yeah. Excited for the reviews. Yeah. This is always a fun time because there's usually, like, I put out one review a week, but usually what ends up happening is there's so much stuff that I end up having to double up, which I'm curious how it's going to go because the studio work I do here has been taking up a lot of time. So I'm going to be curious to see how I do 2 videos a week. Bloody Cactus, any new ribbon mic reviews coming up? I'm scoping a dark sounding ribbon. No, is there anything you want me to review? Let me know, Bloody
we can make
Cactus.
some. See, nobody's gonna take me serious if I make my recommendation but honestly, the Rode NTR, I think for price to performance of a ribbon mic, in my opinion, and again, I've had that since long before I had any affiliation with the Friedman Group, but it's a beautiful sounding mic, it's a beautiful looking mic, and it's cheap, in my opinion. Well, cheap in the sense you don't like consider that for a lot of ribbon mics, you're going to need some kind of activator with a cloud lifter of some sort to bring it up. You don't need that because the NTR is an active ribbon mic. And so what you would spend, it's basically like an $800 mic with the cloud lifter built in, but it's $1,000 if you can find one. They're not currently in production, but I recommend that. The SEVR one was okay. I wasn't like enamored by it. But again, I think for the price, I mean, it was pretty cheap. What was the VR one?
The VR one?
The SEVR one.
That was, what do you mean? What was it?
Like price.
I think it's like 450 Canadian, so probably 299, 350.
Yeah. Yeah, even still, I think, again, proportional to the value that you get, in my opinion, the NTR is so much better bang for buck, even though it's like twice the price.
So I'm looking up, somebody asked if Lawton, I don't think Lawton's sending me any mics, just so you know, if they have a ribbon mic. I'd definitely buy one. No, they do not have a ribbon mic.
Problem is, ribbon mics require a bit of specialized knowledge, right? There are different considerations than your traditional, electromotive force dynamic mic or your, condenser mic. And there's some other areas of sensitivity that you got to watch.
Okay, I'm still new to streams. Oh, it's all good, man. We do try to do some audio tech stuff. It depends. So I'm going to be perfectly honest. 99% of what happens on these live streams is what chat does. So if chat brings up, hey, a lot of questions about things, we answer it. Most of the time we go through unless we get really behind like we did earlier today. But we try to hit every comment as long as it's relevant to the stream. So yeah, the streams are very, very much dictated by chat. So,
Aiden, would you be up for buying a ribbon mic?
Which ribbon mic?
There's a cheap Royer that I've been curious about.
And
for those that don't know, Royer is one of those companies that makes good.
Which one is it?
Yeah, what is it, like the 610 or something? Hang on.
Royer 610?
I don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's like the
620 trauma. No, that's something completely different.
The R10. It's the R10 Studio Live ribbon mic. It is okay, maybe not that one. That is expensive. $849.
I could reach out to Royer.
I would, or honestly, even if you could do like a Coles, like a 4038, like a OG ribbon mic review.
Those are expensive. The Coles 4038 are not cheap.
Yeah, and they're not struggling for sales. Every studio that I've been in that has a ribbon mic, it's usually a 4038.
Outsider Jess says, okay, Dylan got to plug that company. I would say, though, Dylan has been given the green light to be honest.
Yeah, my position is, again, from the perspective of the customer, right? And so my job is to be honest, both inward facing and outward facing. And so, if it wasn't a product that I like I'll be honest, I personally don't have a ton of use for the NT1. I've never been a huge fan. The NT2A, I love it. I love the NT2A, but I personally, for my use case, I have lots of people that I've recommended the NT1 to. I've had lots of people that have recommended the NT1 to me. It is a great product. I just personally don't have a use for that sound in my toolbox. Because I have so many other tools that do that. That give me exactly what that gives me.
The Rode Ribbon mic is cool, just out of my budget. Yeah, it's out of a lot of people's budget.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Oma World Motif would be fun to hear you guys' thoughts on. It's a fun-looking thing. The Oma World Motif?
World Motif. I'd have never heard
The
of
hell
it
is
in my
that?
life.
Oma Motif microphone. Because I got Motif. Okay, yeah, that's not being brought up. Oh, that is a fun-looking thing. Oma Motif. Where the Oma World Motif? Where the hell do you get that from? $997. They're like a little work of art. I'm gonna reach out to them. I'm gonna put this up here. Request a demo. Huh. I will actually reach out to them to see if they can lend me one. That'd be fun. It's a beautiful looking microphone.
Royer has a shotgun mount for their mics that is $550.
Yeah, Royer is one of those, like, it's also one of those things where, because I don't have a use case for more ribbons, it's spending like $1,000 on a ribbon right now doesn't make any sense for the company. But yeah.
No, honestly, my next kind of ribbon purchase is probably going to be if I can find a used NTR. I've got one NTR, but I want to do a Blumlin pair with them for stereo miking, and I need two of them to do that. So that's going to be my next ribbon purchase.
I got an Instagram thing. 1 second. General Action Popcast. Ooh. Well, isn't that a sexy shot?
Wait.
Here, I'm going to download, and then I'll send this so people can see it. Because this needs to be seen, I think. Right?
Does it? I don't know.
I know this is great content here, isn't it? Laptop. And then, okay. It's over here. No, it's over this way. I have too many screens, guys. Okay. Now I come back this way and share. Dylan, you're up for this?
Yeah, let's do it. What do we got?
Okay, window. There it is. Share.
I'm waiting. There's a delay, so I'm just waiting to see.
That's from Action Podcast. Soften says, "Oh, that makes sense. Then, especially people are just having a good time. Love to see it." Yeah,
nice.
I kind of.
I love the look on your face, dude. That's perfect.
Yeah, get it.
That's awesome.
Love the NT1. Needed quality all around her. It's been awesome. Yeah, NT1 is. If you're buying a new microphone that you don't need polar patterns, it's a great first mic.
Yeah, it's a good price and it's a balanced sound. Yeah, I still recommend it. There's two people in the last month that have been like, hey, I need a good quality mic for cheap that sounds good. What do you want? Yeah, okay, NT1 done.
Action Podcast. Sorry, derailed it. Oh no, did not derail anything with that picture. This picture is godly. Came across my Dash the other day. I didn't have time to dig into it, but it looks so cool. I'm going to see if they're willing to lend me up. Like, it's a nice microphone and it's a kind of a statement piece, but I don't need one. But I'll see if they'll lend me one because they are kind of expensive too.
And you're saying the NTG8 isn't a statement piece?
I'll hold it up just for parody here. If anyone wants screenshots.
We know it's a piece.
It is a piece. You could hurt somebody with this thing.
Oh, easy, yeah, very much.
Multiple different ways.
Did you show them the batten that it comes in the tube? Do you have it?
It's somewhere around here.
That
put it over there.
You could hurt somebody with. That's some steel.
I had it. Where the hell did it go? Oh man, things get lost in.
This is where somebody emails me and says, "Actually, it's zinc." It's metal, okay?
All right, guys. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Have yourself a great week, guys.
Catch you later.